my MX-5, and as you can see, I've actually done a lot to it. So today, I'm going to be doing a horrible thing and calculating how much I've spent on this build so far.
What they say, yeah. Hear it all when they talk about me. What they say, yeah.
So I've got these prices here. A lot of these prices are from memory because I didn't record it when I was buying all the stuff. It was my first project car. And yeah, let's see what I've done to it and how much money I've actually burnt into this car. So I bought the car for $1,300, which is actually not a bad price. The car itself is a Mark 1 MX-5. It's a 1.6 litre and it has a 5-speed manual gearbox in it. And when I bought it, nothing was really done from it apart from really crap bucket seats that were ripped. It had coilovers on it, but really crap ones, not BC Racing. And it was running rough. I think there was like a misfire issue with it. To be honest, I can't even remember because it was so long ago. It also had a really crap steering wheel and it was so hard to move because it didn't have power steering. I remember the first drive in this car, I was nearly like stressed. I was like, how the fuck am I meant to turn the wheel? I was trying with all my strength. So now into the prices of things, I had to do the power steering first because like I said, I couldn't drive that car. So I got power steering off another car and it cost me, I think, £120 from a braking car. I also had to buy another £120 into the cooling pipe because it was leaking. So all in all, it was £240 to install power steering in the MX-5. Then I did the smart thing that you should do when your car isn't running right. I got new wheels and tires. I got rotor grid wheels. I got a square setup, 16x9 wheels, and I think Nankang tires. Let me check. Oh yeah, the Nankang NS20s. So wheels and tires, £800. Again, completely ignoring the issues of the car not running right, I decided to replace all the bushings in my suspension, which I mean, is kind of a good thing, but not when your car isn't working properly. This set me back £600. And I replaced every single bushing except for the diff bushings and the subframe bushings. I also needed to get front upper arms and tie rod ends to replace the ball joints, which cost me £140 for the upper arms and £40 for the tie rod ends. So all in all, £180. I also got my arms sandblasted and painted for £150. I painted it myself though with spray cans, blue. And then I'd say like miscellaneous nuts and bolts for the suspension rebuild, £30 because I had to replace a couple things. Still ignoring the reliability, I decided to get a body kit, an Aero Kit Do Style, which is on the car. £500 though. I mean, not something you should do when your car's not working. Also, a completely different nightmare. Not gonna name any names, but I'm not too happy with the body kit. It took ages to get it, and the fitment is not perfect. It's about £500. I don't think that's bad for a body kit. I've seen worse ones. Also with the body kit, I got a roof spoiler for £160 and a rear wing for £80. I also wanted to cover the rust on the rear arches, so I bought over fenders to cover that with, and that set me back £105. Then to install the body kit, obviously I needed to get bolts, and to install the rear wing, I needed filler, fiberglass, and sandpaper because you like mold it into the boot of the car. I also had primer, so I'd say like all of their miscellaneous bits, £100. Then I actually decided to pay attention to why my car was misfiring and dying and not running properly. So I had like a bunch of parts I was trying. I'd say like £150 I spent on miscellaneous things that weren't fixing the car. But what the problem was the fuel pump. So I bought a used fuel pump from an MX-5 friend. He only charged me £50. So all in all them little parts cost me £200 in total. Oh yeah, and he also gave me a set of injectors for free. Thank you. And after I got it running right, cameraman Robert set my battery the wrong way around. So I had to pay £10 for a new main fuse and £50 for a new battery, but we all make mistakes. You were also the first one to scrape my wheels. Imagine that. I also replaced my hard top. So my old hard top was really, really bad and I couldn't be asked to try and make it smooth. So I decided to just buy a new hardtop that would be smooth and easier to sand down for painting, which cost me £300. Bargain for the UK, I guess, because you Americans pay a lot for your MX-5 hardtops. I sold my old hardtop and my stock bumpers for about £250. So I'm making some money back there. I then decided to do the exhaust in this. So I decided to get a 4:2:1 headers just from eBay, like a non-branded ones. I also got a catback for a gift, but that cost around £250. And then I had to get the exhaust welded to make the headers and the exhaust fit together by a friend, and he charged me £50. Then I changed the headlights in the MX-5 from the old ones to the LED ones, and that cost £30. Then I decided I wanted to fix my passenger side window because it stopped going down. So anytime I had a passenger in and it was hot, they had to open the door to let some air in while driving, which is not convenient. So I decided to fix it and get a regulator and some other bits. and it cost me £100, but I think I need to do the driver's side because it's slowing down. I did spray it with WD-40 to lube it all up, but I honestly think it's on its way out. Old cars. Now I start adding pink to the build. So I first got the Adam LZ 4-point harness for £600. Unique. I haven't seen many people, actually I haven't seen one other car in the UK have it. So price for uniqueness, I guess. Then I decided to get the pink NRG steering wheel, which I actually need to change because it's 350 millimeters. And as we were checking like my height with the NRG seats in it, my thighs hit the steering wheel. So I want to get a smaller steering wheel, maybe like a 330 millimeter one. And yeah, the older steering wheel cost me £130. I guess it's going to be like a similar price for my new one. But also, by the way, it's raining really heavy. I don't know if you can tell right now. This is dedication, by the way, guys. This is actually dedication. Then to actually change the whole color of the car to pink, I originally was gonna wrap it. So I bought some vinyl for £350, including the tools as well. I actually failed miserably. I don't know how rappers wrap cars. I am so terrible at it. I wasted £350 down the drain. Didn't learn any skills because, you know, my channel's about learning and getting skills. Yeah, I fucked it completely. I can't wrap. Then I tried to paint the car for the first time and I did cheap out on this, which is where it went wrong. So I borrowed a tiny compressor for free. I borrowed a broken gun and a gazebo for free to paint the car outside. I also had to buy an airline for the compressor, which was £60, and I bought a bad paint kit for £200. I'm not going to blame it all on the paint kit because a lot of it was my bad decisions to paint in a bad environment with bad equipment, but it did end up a bad paint job. So I had to do it for round 2, and my paint attempt 2 cost me quite a bit more. For the second attempt, I wanted to do it properly, so I changed some things on the car, since if I was going to paint it, you might as well paint all the parts you want on it at the same time. So I bought a JDM spec rear panel for the number plate, which cost me £170, and I got gifted number plate lights because you have to change the number plate lights for the JDM panel. Oh, I nearly forgot, I also got the private plate Flow Kiss Kiss or F10WXX for £200, and I've actually bought so many plates because I got like 4D ones, flat ones, square ones, long ones, and I got so many of the wrong size square plate because someone, like, I just don't understand. I just got so many wrong plates and I've had to throw so many in the bin. So I'd say about £150 on number plates as well because I don't check the sizing right. I also replaced one of the front wings for £150 and I got new mirrors for £30. I don't know why I got new ones, but I did, and spent £30 on it. Then for the equipment, like sandpaper, miscellaneous tools, and the respirators, because last time I didn't paint with respirators. Crazy. I spent £200. I also got the primer, paint, and clear coat for £400, which is double the last paint kit. And then I actually decided to do it in a paint booth. Smart decision. I hired that from a friend for £150, which is actually pretty lucky. I actually did get lucky to get that deal because it's really hard to find paint booths that will even let you hire it, and let alone for a good price like that. Then I decided to upgrade the bucket seats because the interior was looking so good, minus the old blue ripped ones. And I kind of went a bit over the top and decided to get the NRG ones from America to the UK, which with delivery and customs and the 2 seats cost me £1,100. It's a lot of money, but I set my heart on them seats from the day I knew I was gonna do pink on this car. So it had to be done. As you guys might have seen, I did have a bit of dilemmas getting the seats into my car. So I had tried the NRG brackets that didn't work. I bought them for £220 and I do need to try sell them. So, I mean, if you guys want them, anyone, hit me up because I need to list them on Facebook Marketplace. Then I got the Destroyer die seat brackets, which did work and cost me £130. Then I had all that drama with the mirror glass that didn't fit my side mirror. And I bought like 3 in total, I think, which cost me £45. I also got track door cards to make sure that I could close the door with them big seats in. That cost me £100. Then I got new window sills for £85 because it just added a whole clean look to the car. I also bought a new washer jet. I lost it when I was painting. It's just a small little thing. I got on eBay, £10. And I actually have a hydro handbrake for £130, but I haven't installed it. I've had it for like a year in my wardrobe. I actually keep the hydro handbrake in my wardrobe with my clothes, with my helmet. Car gal. Then servicing and like miscellaneous things like brakes, oil, filters, and spark plugs, I'd say £500. I think that's like everything I've done to the car right now. The next things I really need to do is sort the brakes. I want to do a big boy brake kit upgrade because the last time I drove it, there's something going on with the brakes and I haven't drove it since because obviously safety first. Rust. I did write rust there. There is rust that I found in the car. I guess I should sort it out. I need to get bigger, better, bad boy coilovers because these shit ones are not cutting it. I had to raise the car up just so I could drive it on the road safely. So I need to get BC Racing coilovers so I can slam it. I also need to weld the diff so I can drift the car. And I need to do a turbo because, I mean, MX-5s are slow. I think they had like 90 something horsepower. So, is it time to reveal the price? Like, I actually don't know. Because I got to bear in mind that this is an MX-5 at the end of the day. Like, money is important and money can go in so many places. So what the fuck have I done with my money?
I want you to have a guess before I reveal to you, because I think the number will make you feel sick. Just give me a ballpark figure that, after reading that list, you think you've spent on this car. Bear in mind, you bought the car for £1,300.
So realistically, a car that price, you shouldn't spend more than 2,000 on it. But I'm gonna say I spent 5,000.
Including buying the car. The total amount you've spent, including buying this car, is a sickening double of your guess, £10,265.
On this?
On that piece of shit, yes.
Are you serious? I haven't even fucking turboed. I've only done cosmetic mods.
You haven't even drifted
I haven't done any power upgrades to this car, and I spent 10,000 already.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're just calculating your life decisions
no,
now.
I was just thinking it looks nice, but not 10K nice, you know? Like, I definitely wouldn't sell that for 10K. But I still say, like, for a first project car, MX-5s are absolutely banging. It is reliable at the end of the day. I haven't drove it for like 7 months when it started first time. I say they're cheap, the parts are cheap. You can do it cheaper than I spent so much money on like the wrap and the first paint job when I could have just done it right the first time. And the seats, yeah, I could have cheaped out on the seats, and the harnesses, you could cheap out on them. But at the end of the day, like, what I wanted for this car build is what I got. I wanted to learn everything myself. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I'm learning every day that I work on cars. And yeah, I made mistakes. I've literally paid for them. And I think the car looks sick. I'm proud of my work. 10K, whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna spend more than that on the E30.
Can I just give you a couple cars that you could have bought for 10K?
Why not?
You could have bought a clean 350Z. You could have got a GT86, a higher mileage one. A clean E36 328i. A very clean E46 330.
Fuck E46, I'm done.
Okay.
I had one, hate it, break up with them.
You could have got a shitty E46 M3. You could have bought
M3 though, maybe.
You could have bought a crashed E92 M3.
A crash car! That's
Yeah.
actually what I want to get next, you know. What? I want to get a crashed GTR on my driveway. Okay, in a workshop. So on that note, make sure you subscribe because it costs you nothing and it clearly fucking cost me like 10K. I'm actually really shocked. £10,000! I hope you enjoyed this video. I am for the E30 build recording my price as I go along. I've got another video coming on the E30 on the main channel. I know you lot have been asking where's the E30. It takes some time. Cars take a lot of time and it's coming. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next time.